Hello everyone, my name is Kyle,
And my name is Arjun.
and this is our screencast to show you about the basics of Photoshop.
So, why would anyone use Photoshop in the first place? Well, Photoshop is a professional way to edit images. It can completely transform an image, and today we will show you how to transform this image into this new image.
So let's get started, shall we? The first thing we're going to do is show you the preference menu. You can access it by hitting Ctrl and K on your keyboard. Control on a Mac is replaced by Command. So as you can see, you can also access it by hitting Edit, Preferences, and then General. Here you can adjust your interface size, mine is set to 100, and you can also adjust how much RAM Photoshop will be using.
Also, you are able to change the color modes that Photoshop uses. Normally, Photoshop defaults to using RGB color mode, meaning that the color is represented using red, green, and blue microdots. But if the image that you're working on is going to be printed, then you should probably choose CMYK color mode. CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Black is represented by K because the official word in the phrase is key. You should change the color mode when the image is going to be printed because while screens works on RGB color mode, printers work with CMYK.
So let's actually get into the tutorial. The first thing we're going to do is create an editable layer out of this image here. You can do that by right-clicking the layer here and clicking Layer from Background. We're just going to leave it at layer 0. Now the layer is editable.
Now what we will do is to select a fill for the background. So I will press and hold on the gradient tool and select the paint bucket tool. Then I will select this small button, which is a box, and change the color. I already have a preset color, so I will just enter it here. Now I will press the background and the entire background color changes.
Now what we are going to do is change the color again. So we're going to go back to the colors picker and type in this color here. Now, follow along as I color select dots to match the complete image.
Next, we are going to add a blur to the ghost. Before we do that, we will have to change the color to a new one. I will first choose the magic wand tool to outline the ghost. Next, I will change the color to this by going to the color picker. The magic wand tool is extremely useful because it is the easiest way to outline some things. Next, I will go to Filter and select Gaussian Blur. And now I will change the pixels to 30.
Next, we are going to add noise on the ghost. Noise creates dots on the image, spreading out the color. The more noise added, the more the colors are spread apart. Keeping the ghost selected, we're going to go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise, and set this to 90.
Now I'm going to add a new layer and place it underneath the main layer. You can add a new layer by clicking this button. Now I will drag it underneath the main layer. And now I will click the eye icon to hide the main layer. I'm going to make this layer a radial gradient. Access the gradient tool and select radial gradient. I'm going to use this preset gradient and drag this line across the canvas. The line is created to show how the gradient is going to be formed.
Now I'm going to re-show the main layer and use the magic eraser tool found in the eraser section to clear out these corners here. Make sure that you have the actual layer selected. Oops, here we go. Next, we're going to change the main layer's opacity to 30% by going here and typing in 30. I'm now going to take the eyedropper tool and hover over about the center of the ghost to select this lavender shade right here. And then we are going to go back to the gradient layer, reselect the paint bucket tool, and click this top left corner to apply it to that section of the gradient.
Finally, we are going to use the horizontal text tool. It is the icon with the T on it. I will change the font to Arial first, and make sure that the size is 30 point. Next, I will change the color of the text.
And we're going to write Snapchat across the bottom. Thank you for listening to our tutorial of Photoshop. I hope that you learned how to make gradients, change colors, use layers, and edit your pictures in Photoshop. I hope that you try Photoshop in the future.